in Shelby County. I'm here at the central office, and I'm here because I wanted to share with you a meeting that's going on inside. This is a planning meeting, a professional development, if you will, and I wanted to share that because I wanted you to know that even though COVID is raging across the state, we are still having school. We're still doing all the same things that we usually do to make sure your child gets a great education here at Shelby County Public Schools. I'm so proud of our school board the other night. It was a really tough decision, but as you know by now, they did vote to continue the masking and all of the other mitigation strategies to keep your children safe. And so I wanted to share with you, once again, what that decision does is it means with masks on, we can contact trace within 3 feet instead of 6 feet. So far fewer students will be quarantined. Speaking of quarantine means cautious, extremely cautious. And as of right now, our Test to Stay program is showing that less than 0.5% of those students that are being tested actually turn up being positive. Now, a couple of things have happened this week. Because of the volume, the number of students in the Test to Stay program, which is a good thing, when your child has had an exposure and they come back to school, sometimes it's not possible to test them immediately upon arrival at school. Depending on the numbers, sometimes we have to send them on to class, and that's really created some concern. The reason we're able to do that is because the COVID positive student is no longer in the class, and we have to contact trace back 48 hours. So your student is not creating an additional exposure by going on to class. We're calling them out just as soon as we possibly can, but if there's a large number, especially at the high schools, middle schools, that may happen, and that's okay. We're sending them on to class, calling them down. Now, your notification has been changed from time to time. When we just had a few students, we made calls and we got a hold of you by phone. Then the volume started picking up, and now it is impossible to make a phone call and contact every one of you. So for the past week or so, we have only been contacting those students that are positive. We're trying to take a little bit of a look at that and see if there's a way electronically we can notify you positive or negative. And I know that's information that you want to have. So Wild Health is working on a process for that. We hope to have that up and running in about a week and a half. We're listening to your concerns. We always want to hear what you think is working or not working. And when you're sharing that with us, it's helping to make that program even better. Now, one other thing I need your help with. Unfortunately, social media sometimes is negative. And the recent Tik Tok challenge has been all across the nation creating havoc in schools. What the Tik Tok challenge has been is to create damage in a school or to steal things from the school and take a picture of that and post it. Now, maybe stealing an eraser or swiping a pencil and taking a picture and then putting it back on the teacher's desk just sounds like a small prank. What happens with teenagers is one tries to outdo the other. And all across Kentucky, I've seen pictures of toilets torn from the wall. Here in Shelby County, we've had hand dispensers of soap torn from the wall. Damage well over $1,000 in some cases. Now, while this is isolated, I want you to be aware of it because all of our students that we find that are involved in those kind of activities will be punished to the fullest extent. Law enforcement will be called, and many times if the damage is over a certain amount, there is a consequences through the court system that is out of our hands. We know 99.99% of our students always do the right thing every day, and that's because you're helping them be great leaders and great students in our system. So just take a look at that, maybe talk to your students about it, and explain how something that seems like a small thing can become something that's out of hand. We want to have a safe school and a positive experience for everybody at Shelby County Public Schools. Thank you for your help, and have a wonderful weekend.